There are dangers that lurk in the Christmas decorations that people don't really think about. They put them throughout the house. And the dangers aren't the ones that most people think. Dr. Christopher Labos joins us. Hi, Chris.
Hi, Mitz.
So people worry about Christmas plants. The real dangers to young children, though, are things that we don't think about, right?
Yeah, actually, the biggest threat is not so much the plants, although they can cause some medical problems. The biggest thing are all the choking hazards that are around during the holidays. Little toys, the dice, the toys with movable parts, batteries, especially problematic, especially if they get swallowed. There's a lot of things that can pose a choking hazards to kids, and you have to be really careful once you start unwrapping presents and leaving stuff around the house. The other big thing, unfortunately, is alcohol. You and me, we might be able to drink alcohol and be fine, but alcohol can be toxic, and it doesn't take much alcohol to start causing medical problems in kids. It can drop their blood sugar, it can cause a seizure in kids, and kids have died and gone into comas as a result of alcohol intoxication from what we would consider a very, very small amount.
Okay, now let's get to the Christmas plants that people worry about. Mistletoe, holly, poinsettias. They're not quite as dangerous, though, as people might start with, right? Like, for example, the berries on the mistletoe and the holly.
Yeah, so they do contain molecules that can be toxic. So, for example, mistletoe contains a chemical called phototoxin, which can actually be irritating to the gastrointestinal system. And in high enough doses, it can actually act as an arrhythmia and cause problems once you get into the very, very high doses. With respect to the holly, it actually has a type of chemical called saponins, which is very similar to the drug digitalis or digoxin, which can also have an effect on your heart rate. So both of these plants, if you consume them in high enough doses, yes, they can be potentially problematic. The question becomes, are you going to consume a high enough dose of those plants?
And people also worry about poinsettias, too, right?
Yeah, what's interesting about poinsettias is it's not the plant itself that's potentially toxic, it's actually the sap. The sap can be very irritating. So if you get it into your eye or onto your skin, that can cause an irritation. And of course, if you eat enough of it, then it can irritate your gastrointestinal tract and also cause a lot of GI upset, nausea, vomiting, stuff like that.
Okay, so now people might be wondering about this small furry thing that keeps moving around on your lap. We're going to get to now. So the plants aren't that harmful to people, but plants can pose bigger risks for people like Toby in your lap or lilies for cats.
Yeah, so whether you have a dog or a cat or a baby reindeer, as I have here, these animals, they can consume the same sort of stuff. So all of these plants are potentially going to be toxic to animals as well if they consume enough of it. And there are also some very species specific things. So I think, many people may not know that lilies, another popular Christmas plant for decorations, they can be toxic to cats. It can cause kidney failure. Now, it's not all species of lily, and a lot of plants have the word lily in their name, but are not actually true lilies. So you have to do a little bit of homework on there. But, lilies can be very dangerous to cats. And if they consume enough of it, it can cause their kidneys to shut down. So that's something that you do have to be aware of.
So you've dressed Toby up like a reindeer. Toby looks absolutely miserable, and I don't think you're fooling anybody for a second. So I just wanted to add that. Okay.
Oh,
so,
fair enough.
But one other
Fair
thing, one other thing, Christmas treats. They can be dangerous for pets. I mean, chocolate, raisins. People don't really think about grapes and raisins.
No, they don't. And chocolate can be toxic to dogs. Grapes will cause their kidneys to shut down, right? These are very dangerous things, and these are common things that you're going to have when you're having a holiday party, and you can leave them around. The animals, they're maybe not that likely to go and start munching on a poinsettia or some other plants that you have, because these plants are actually very bitter. They're probably not going to go and accidentally consume enough of it to make themselves very sick. But a dog will consume enough chocolate to kill him because it has that sweet taste, and they don't understand that they lack the enzyme to break these stuff down. So of the many potential hazards that are around the house this holiday season, yes, the Christmas plants are a problem, but we don't see that many accidental poisonings from them. It's really the chocolate, the alcohol, the grapes, the dogs. Those are the things that are going to be very dangerous. So it's ironically not the things that we usually think about.
Okay, well, thank you very much for this, Chris. And I guess if there's an accidental poisoning, you should really call somebody and find out what's going on, right? Well, thank you very much for this,
Exactly.
and all the best to you and your reindeer.
Thank you very much, Mitz. Happy holidays.